Lael, have you heard the crazy news about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Did you watch the Oscars last night? Timothee Chalamet looked amazing. What about Kim Kardashian's latest Skims release? Are you gonna be buying anything? No. Last time I checked, I have not swooned over a celebrity or tuned into an award show since I was like 12. Literally would watch their every move. So what changed? Have you ever noticed that people just don't worship celebrities the way that they used to? We used to get so excited about their glamorous lives, tuning into these amazing award shows, watching them walk down the red carpets, or even tuning into reality TV shows with our families. But now we see these super rich stars whine and cry about their rich kid problems, and we can't help but vomit. Especially when they flaunt their wealth everywhere, it's just become cringe.
So one of my bathrooms has to be different because you took my 10 marble slabs. I need to now buy 7 slabs of marble, or I have to change 2 of my bathrooms.
Like, do you guys remember when Cynthia Erivo got really upset about this fan-made poster and she got so much hate for it? A fan simply recreated a Wicked poster and Cynthia was absolutely up in arms and it was just ridiculous.
Cynthia Erivo is not feeling the Wicked fan edits.
Let me tell you the whole story.
So Cynthia took to Instagram to share her discomfort with fans editing the new poster for her new film coming out with Ariana Grande. So the new poster for the Wicked film pays homage to the original Broadway poster, right? Fair enough. But fans were quick to digitally alter the poster to look more like the classic Broadway one.
So what's so wrong with that? They literally just tried to make it look like the original poster, like they're just fans doing fan stuff. And this is what she had to say. "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that of awful AIs of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your blank green? None of this is funny, none of this is cute. It degrades me, it degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real life human being. We know, girl. Ow, 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 ow. The hate comments that video received are just astronomical, and that's just like a comment section, whereas everybody was talking about this being ridiculous. It's really not that serious. I think she needs to chill. Cynthia, calm down. I thought it was cute. The person who made the edit was doing something playful, and I don't think there's any hate behind it, obviously. Or do you guys remember the Demi Lovato yogurt controversy? I don't even want to talk about it. She was so upset. They didn't have a flavor she wanted, and she had to leave.
Just when you thought the news couldn't get weirder, Demi Lovato has went on Twitter to blast a frozen yogurt restaurant for being too healthy. And the business is The Big Chill, which has been open for 20 years in Los Angeles, being very popular with locals and celebrities. And it is a small family-owned business, but is known as one of the most popular frozen yogurt places in all of Los Angeles. But it wasn't good enough for Demi Lovato, who went there and said there were too many sugar-free options and called them diet vultures preying on overweight people. And this comes a couple months after Demi Lovato announced to the public that she quit dieting, saying she's happier being a little heavier. And the internet was pissed off at Lovato because they said she targeted a small family-owned business just for offering healthy alternatives.
Yeah, talk about first world problems, right? That's just the tip of the iceberg and it gets so much worse. Today, I want to explore why celebrity culture
is dying.
Maybe social media gave us a new way for us to entertain ourselves, so we just don't really care about Hollywood anymore. Or maybe the endless string of celebrity controversies help us realize that they are just so out of touch. I am never gonna forget how those actors sang Imagine during COVID from their mansions, talking about imagine no belongings. End yourself. Just delete yourself. This is just stupid. Like, give me a quick death now. Like, honestly, you guys, like, end it here. The channel is done. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are so excited to get into it, definitely like this video because we need to buckle up. It's about to be a crazy ride in here. In the early days of Hollywood, being a celebrity was exclusive as hell. It couldn't just happen to anybody. Nobody could just post a random TikTok dance and become the next big thing. Actors like Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, and Bette Davis were placed on a pedestal so high it was like a skyscraper. Studio systems very carefully shaped their public images. You'd rarely see them do unscripted interviews. They were polished, well-spoken, and almost mythical. They just read the newspapers, listened to radio interviews, as well as watching their TV specials. Every single time you saw these stars, they were always in a very carefully constructed environment. Fast forward to the early 2000s, celebrities like Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, and Lindsay Lohan had absolutely massive fan bases. Not necessarily because they were the most polished, but because they lived very dramatic and gossip-worthy lives. They were in the tabloids every weekend, they were starlets, they had the coolest outfits, and they were kind of like crazy. They also kind of felt the same as Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn, where they were famous for real reasons. Lindsay was an iconic childhood actor, Britney Spears was an absolute pop sensation, and Paris Hilton, well, she was just really rich. Even though they got caught in wild scandals, car crashes, partying, drug issues, people still kind of loved them. Paparazzi photos sold for millions, and tabloid magazines were literally just flying off the shelves. It was a train wreck you just couldn't look away from. Back then, celebrity gossip was really entertaining, and maybe the medium in which we would receive that gossip, like tabloid magazines, was the only way that we could really get in touch with them, where now we have social media and it seems like we're getting all these updates that we don't even want. I don't even want to see your updates anymore, Britney. It felt so out of this world, and it felt like it was the only way to connect and get a sneak peek into their lives, so we were like addicted. But back then, we didn't have the same amount of deep resentment that we experience today. People literally run to celebrate the moment that an actor gets called out for their really bad behavior. Things really started to take a wild turn around 2020 when the pandemic hit. Suddenly, a lot of people were struggling, losing jobs, or stuck at home. Meanwhile, celebrities were just in these sprawling mansions posting videos like they were a bunch of cheerleaders. And that was all because of Gal Gadot's Imagine video. She got a bunch of celebrity friends to sing lines from John Lennon's song Imagine to like lift the spirits for us, I guess. I'm gonna play just a second of this, but I cannot last long. Like, you guys, this is toxic. It makes me angry.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
No hell below us.
Above us only sky. Imagine all the people.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. It actually sends chills down my spine because it's just a bunch of lifeless people really trying to connect with the public, connect with their fans. It looked extremely out of touch, and then also singing like Imagine No Possessions while they're singing this in their fat mansion. The memes and backlash actually just exploded online after that.
Did you see that Imagine song that all those knuckleheads got together and sang? Yeah. Imagine There's No Heaven. This is not the time when everyone's Grammy's dying, you fucking idiot, to sing Imagine There's No Heaven.
And there's this sense of, you feel like they feel like they did something significant.
And don't even get me started on Twitter. The Reddit posts too were amazing. The best thing that came out of her stupid Imagine video is that she single-handedly ended her career by doing this really stupid stuff on the internet. She's never gonna live this down, and no one is ever going to forget how stupid it was either. Because it was millionaires saying, Imagine No Possessions, get a effing clue, gal. And this was just the beginning. Remember when Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher filmed an apology video from their backyard after writing character letters for Danny Masterson, who was literally convicted of SA? Yeah, that video was absolutely hilarious to watch. They even wore basic plain t-shirts and filmed the video without any fancy lighting, probably on an iPhone, in some sort of attempt to look authentic and real.
More backlash today for Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis after their video explaining why they wrote letters of support for convicted rapist Danny Masterson. The actors were criticized for calling their former co-star a role model, among other things. And the consensus is that video didn't help.
We are aware of the pain.
Fierce backlash today for Ashton Kutcher and wife Mila Kunis.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years.
Mila, she just hitting. Oh, we're giving the Melania. It's just like, when in doubt, when you're getting outed, hit the Melania. Not to mention, these are literally pictures of their house. So they found the most basic side of a barn door that they could find on their massive sprawling property to make you feel like, you guys were just like you, and we really messed up. Don't you want to take the video lounging on your massive couch, Mila? Do these guys think we're stupid or something? I think they do. Fans took one quick look at that video and decided they're not gonna play favorites anymore. No, they were absolutely dragged through the mud for this so-called apology.
We're aware of the pain that's been caused by the character letters we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson. So we've turned our post comments off. The letters were intended for the judge to read. We didn't realize they'd be released publicly, and we're really sorry you found out. The purpose of the letter was to reduce his 30-year sentence time, and not to undermine the testimony of the victims that got him the 30-year sentence in the first place. After we read the victims' testimonies, we submitted our letters. As we've known him for 25 years, yet unaware of his crimes during that time, we have great insight into his character. We support victims, and we've done this historically. Don't say historically. Why? It's usually followed by the word grape. We support victims and will continue to do so in the future. And while we're here, we'd also like to apologise for the delivery of our lines. Yeah, it's because SAG is still on strike.
The way that they were taking turns. Sorry you guys found out about those letters that we wrote. And after this, we just saw controversy after controversy. And it wasn't the fact that all of these things were just happening all at the same time. It's that people stopped letting these celebrities get away with just anything. Allowing them to just be like this person on a pedestal because we think they're cool or we're a fan of their art form. It's just like, no, you're actually going to be held accountable for all of the terrible stuff that you do. In the past, we might have forgiven a lot of celebrities' personal flaws. Every time a celebrity got outed for workplace harassment or being a drug addict, people just shrugged their shoulders. It was just gossip, so who cares? But now we understand that all of this drama is part of a bigger problem with Hollywood and celebrity culture in general. Major stars have been facing SA allegations or massive lawsuits for their horrible behavior. People like Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, or P. Diddy were finally called out for crimes that were allegedly covered up for years. So why do they never suffer the consequences? Industry really let them get away with it because they were too big to fail. They were massive players in their industry, and higher-ups were just not going to let them fade away into nothing. They were very important people. When fans realize that their favorite singer or actor is actually just a disgusting person and the system spent so much time to protect them, it's not just a scandal anymore. It's repulsive. Ew, it's disgusting. It makes my skin crawl. Then the star's entire brand collapses. The magic that we saw behind who they are is completely gone, and we feel disgusting if we listen to their music or watch their movies. We then see these celebrities as deeply flawed or even monstrous, which means that the old sparkle of, oh my god, they're so perfect, is completely tarnished. This has huge ripple effects. If more stars are exposed, we might trust them all less. What about the list that came out of massive celebrities that attended these disgusting Diddy parties? It's a massive web of different names being brought to light for being absolutely horrible people. And then when these stories break, it's enraging. Imagine giving your money, your time, going to the movies, buying the products of these celebrities only to find out that they are horrible, disgusting people. Then the public realizes, oh, they're not just out of touch, they're living by a completely different rule book. The Me Too wave exposed how many in Hollywood knew about predators like Weinstein, but stayed silent to protect their own careers. Now, Brooke Shields was like a child star, and she was absolutely amazing, and she was beautiful. And I remember watching so many different videos, seeing how adults would treat her on sets, and it was very disturbing to watch. It's very upsetting. And back then, it's almost like it happened to so many people that they can't even understand what it is that they experienced.
Like, how did you feel about the Me Too movement in the sense of, I didn't feel like I had a dog in that race. I didn't feel like I could speak to it because I experienced so many things that were so inappropriate at such a young age that I'm so confused about what was I accountable for? What did I put myself into? Where was I? Was I a part of things? We were children. How did that movement, like, affect you? Did you feel like you could speak to it?
No, because I didn't know where I fell on the spectrum of it. Like, I don't know where to interpret my experiences because I was made to feel culpable, and by the same time, you know, you victim shame yourself, you know, and but we were so young, and it was so appropriate.
I know.
That we just, you know, I couldn't feel sorry. I didn't even know. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. And so when it was called out to me as such, I was like, no, no, not going there. It did not happen. That did not happen.
That's exactly how I felt.
Get a load of these comments. Brooke was in Playboy when she was 12. It's crazy that that was allowed. They were children and they were completely exploited in Hollywood. None of it was their fault. And then everyone was tired of just letting these very wealthy, very powerful people keep getting away with it. We'd rather see them face actual consequences than just regurgitating the same apology video every single time with like a fake tear that never comes out. We never see, there is no tears. You don't need to pretend. So people were getting really angry. A lot of people were flocking to social media to give Hollywood a piece of their mind. But at the end of the day, we should have known that Hollywood just wasn't gonna care. Instead, they seriously fed into it. I think we all remember this specific moment during the 2022 Academy Awards. Hard watch, but let's do it anyway.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right? It's That was a nice one. Okay, I'm out here.
Wait, Kate, but can we just talk about the fact that he was literally laughing about it 2 seconds ago? Like, Jada didn't look happy, but Will was laughing about whatever comment he just made.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I'm sorry I put you guys through that. I'm sorry, but I've got to make a point. That single moment brought in millions of views. It was all over the internet, memes, breakdowns, reaction videos. People couldn't stop talking about it. Everyone was talking about how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock because of his own insecurity about his own wife. Whether or not that was somehow scripted or prepared, I don't know. It was really rough. And yeah, this was a really big piece of celebrity news. And so what? As I mentioned before, celebrity gossip happens all of the time. This wasn't really a surprise. But there was a major factor in this that made it very, very different from normal tabloids or gossip TV. And that is that class consciousness is dead. All right, I know that sort of came out of nowhere, and I'm gonna back up my point, I promise. Stay with me. So what does class consciousness even really mean?
Has anyone else noticed that celebrities seem to be completely unaware of the class consciousness and class solidarity that the general public has gained in the last, 5 years? Evident by the backlash to this Drew Barrymore apology video, I'm sure she had no idea that that is how people would react. And I think celebrities did this to themselves. I have a theory that celebrities putting their lives all over social media and reality TV has directly led to people gaining class consciousness and just not fucking with celebrities anymore, like feeling like they're antagonizing us with their wealth. Before social media, we knew rich people had a lot of money. We knew they must live like kings and queens, but we only got glimpses of it in MTV Cribs and a People magazine exclusive home tour or something. But then they got on social media and started doing shit like this. This is Kylie Jenner, and just flaunting how much they have, just how much excess they have. They let the secret out. They let us see how big the gap is between the way that we live and the way that they live. And people used to like the extravagance of celebrity. We used to love to watch MTV Cribs and to read the magazine features that just gave us a glimpse into how rich these people were. But no one likes that anymore. It feels violent. No one watches the Kardashians anymore because all they do is go to the grocery store or go fill up their car with gas themselves and act like it's this funny skit.
Because yeah, watching these celebrities do these crazy things, live these extravagant lives was a lot more fun when we could properly afford housing and actually made a steady income. Now it just feels like this gap between the normal person and celebrities has become so much larger and larger. We're just sick of it. It almost makes you feel resentful. No, you might never be able to afford a house in this economy, but your favorite celebrity certainly can. Oh, and what about a job? It's already hard enough to keep one today. Oh, but here's Robert Downey Jr. being paid millions to play a role in Disney's newest, lowest effort cash grab.
Robert Downey Jr. only agreed to play Dr. Doom under one condition. But the massive paycheck and A-list perks certainly help. Marvel announced Saturday that Downey would be returning to the MCU to play villain Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So what did it take for RDJ to sign on the dotted line? For starters, Disney reportedly offered him $100 million total for both movies.
That's not even, I can't even comprehend that amount of money to be in 2 movies. Respectfully, I have not watched a Disney-made movie in probably over a decade. Why? Because they literally throw out garbage content and think we're just gonna buy it because we're stupid. What about the whole Rachel Ziegler Snow White mess? Yeah, I'm not watching that movie. People are honestly waking up. And all that Will Smith drama, that just cemented every single thing in stone. Everyone in Hollywood is literally just a person. They can be stupid as heck, and they're certainly not gods. They're just rich. And this type of conversation goes even deeper when you look at the big picture. Capitalism.
What role do celebrities play under capitalism? Why does capitalism need celebrities, and how does capitalism use celebrities to further its own ends? And I would argue that there are at least 2 answers to this question. The first is aspiration devices, and the second is distraction devices. As devices of aspiration, celebrities under capitalism function as what we are supposed to aim to be like. And our aspiration is profitable for capitalism, because as we continue to want to be famous so badly, and to think that being famous and having status and wealth and influence and money will be the solution to all our problems and more, we consume media, products, services in profitable ways. So if I want to be like Gabrielle Union, I'm more likely to consume as she does. I'm more likely to move through the world in a way that is more profitable than if I was okay being myself. So in this aspiration function, capitalism places happiness and contentment always just further away. Just post 3 times a day on TikTok, get to 10,000 followers, get to 20,000 followers, become a mega creator, then maybe you'll be on Vogue magazine. So it's always, this hedonistic treadmill. You never arrive, you just keep consuming.
Another reason why we're seeing this downfall of celebrity culture is the wealth gap. Many of us are dealing with economic uncertainty, rising living costs, and stagnant wages. Meanwhile, Kylie Jenner still flexes Birkins and private jets. Back then, seeing celebrities live this ultra-rich lifestyle was really fun. We like seeing people have things that we couldn't own because it was just cool to see it in real life. It was cool to see somebody else so incredibly glamorous, and it didn't feel like it was such a sting to our egos or how we feel about our own lives. It was like a fantasy in a way. Everybody wanted to be rich, and seeing all of these celebrities achieve that level of wealth made us want the same thing for ourselves. Actors are really just tools. They're a way for big companies and corporations to suck more money out of us, to watch the latest movies, to buy the new luxury goods. Because if we stop, that means that we fail. We just need to keep earning money and spending it just as quickly so that we can keep living in this massive hamster wheel that we call capitalism. Okay, I know that was grim, and I know after watching this video, it's not like you're gonna turn away from living your normal lifestyle to go and live in the woods. Honestly, a personal dream of mine. I will make it happen one day. We are over the blind idol worship of the 90s and the 2000s. We see behind the curtain now the wealth gap, the exploitation, the PR stunts, the cover-ups of horrible behavior. If a celebrity's entire brand is built on illusions, fans grow tired really quickly. People want either truly exceptional talent like mind-blowing acting or music, or genuine, humble personalities who don't try to manipulate us. Most celebrities fail on both accounts. Bland performances plus out-of-touch attitudes. Literally, that's the Kardashians in a nutshell. They literally give us the bare minimum and we keep eating it up. That's why so many of them are losing their fan bases. Do you guys remember there was that whole block 2024 where people were literally blocking celebrities to stop them from having a voice? We've grown to prefer our own homegrown influencers. They share real lives the exact same as us, small apartments, actual daily real struggles, and fewer glam squads, and they care so much more about their fan bases. Just think about the girl named, I think her name's Kylie Perkins. She literally makes these incredible TikToks telling people not to be slobs, to live a more minimalistic life. She literally gets on her TikTok and yells at you because she wants to help you.
Now hold your hand when I say this. Not everything needs to be hard. You are making it hard. You are listening to the bad part of your brain that is telling you that a simple task is hard, that you are gonna need way more time and all of this mental space and I can't do that right now because I have to do this. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Or we prefer big stars that keep their personal lives quiet but really deliver top tier artistry. Just think about Cillian Murphy or Keanu Reeves. These actors have some of the best, most wholesome fan bases. And that's because they feel genuine and they truly love their craft. They're not starting random drama every millisecond. In fact, when you look them up on YouTube or TikTok, not a single controversy pops up. Not one. Maybe just the meme where Kylie Jenner looks like Cillian Murphy now, but maybe that's more of like a burn for Kylie. Like that's not really saying anything bad about him. That means like he's looking snatched. And most importantly of all, Cillian Murphy and Keanu Reeves actually treat their careers like exactly what they are, a true art form. Acting is an art form. They just put their heads down and they freaking act, and they make some really crazy good shit. And that's what actors are meant to do. That's why I do really appreciate Timothee Chalamet, because he shows up and he clearly loves his craft. You guys are, so many people are so upset about the SAG Awards when he said like he's trying to be the best. That's literally not a snub or like a mean comment towards anyone else. He literally just loves his work. I'm sure putting years into a role and then watching it on the big screen and feeling like you did an amazing job is very rewarding. And I've loved every movie I have seen him in. And they're also not sitting here trying to lead you to buy more stuff. They are not poster children of capitalism. That's for sure. Movies came from the theater, and the theater came from the oldest ways humans found to tell stories. Actors are just there to bring that story to life. Same thing goes for musicians too. They're just here to make music. They don't need to be decked out in all of the latest luxury goods or attending every single interview. And in the future, I think with the slow death of celebrity culture, it will bring in a new era of realness, accountability, and diverse voices that we actually really want to hear. And if nothing else, we can laugh at all the cringe moments and watch this train wreck unfold as we always have. If you you guys enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and give it a big fat thumbs up, and also comment down below and let me know what videos you guys would like to see in the future. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It would mean the entire world to me. I love having you and I love creating these videos for you. It really means everything to me. If you have a little bit more time on your lunch break and you're still eating your poke bowl, you can go ahead and click here to find out why Temu is absolutely not the spot to shop from. It is the epitome of capitalism, and it's ending all of us slowly with its lead-filled goods. Don't buy from there. Or you can go ahead and watch the train wreck that is Kylie Jenner and her absolute career downfall. Is she done for good, or is she gonna rise like a phoenix from the ashes? Like, I'm gonna be sitting around and waiting to find out. You guys know I only make these videos because I love you and I only want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.